The intergovernmental structure of cost is extremely important because I think it gives the due ethos, the new importance to cost. It shows that there is support at an intergovernmental level for cost, and therefore reinforces the key role that cost plays in the European research community. I have now been CSO member for nearly 11 years. When I first started, there were a mere 6 researchers from Malta participating in cost. That is now 700 times more. So I'm now approaching the 800 mark of researchers in Malta participating in cost actions. Besides having academics on cost, I'm pleased to say that more public entities, such as representatives from ministries, representatives from SMEs, and even NGOs are now also realizing the importance that cost can give, the impetus and can give to their research networking. And I'm really, really pleased for that. The word has really grown. Malta is an extremely small country. We're a small research community. We are doubly isolated, not only because of our size, but also of the fact, of course, we are an island. So it's very important for all researchers, be it whether they come from academia, public entities, SMEs, industry, to realize the importance of EU-wide networks. So cost has been really important. Why? Because as is well known, in each cost action there can be up to 2 representatives from each country. So that is a double plus for Malta. Malta can nominate 2 persons, 2 researchers on each action, just as larger countries can, like Portugal or Poland or Greece. And this has really helped the Maltese research community to get known among the wider European research area. Cost is the longest research funding mechanism within the European Union. It is 50 years old today, this year rather. It is much older than all other research funding mechanisms, of which there are hundreds. And I think cost forms the basis for researchers to get to know each other. The fact that these networks can work together, you have representatives from each country working together, both in person and virtually as well, around a common research problem, that really forms the basis of the funding for the larger research projects, not only within the various framework programs we've had, but also within Horizon and now the upcoming missions within Horizon Europe. So I think it's fundamental when creating a consortium. I always say people work well with people who they know. And cost does exactly that. People get to know, the researchers get to know each other very well over the 4 years of each action. And I don't think that there is any other research funding mechanism which does that. Cost is key to consortium being built up, to people getting to know each other, to friends being made, and I think the bottom-up approach to cost, the fact that there is no definite work program, cost can literally look at anything under the sun, I tell persons. It can look at black holes, it can look at bees, it can look at problems to do with transport, it can look at problems to do with new genetic diseases, environmental factors, climate change. The problems which the various cost actions decide to work on are decided on by the researchers themselves, by the scientists on the ground, together with the other stakeholders. And I think that is hugely important. Plus the fact that, of course, cost looks as what we call as well the ITC countries, the inclusiveness target countries. to ensure that the newer member states, we're not so new now, but at least the newer member states like ourselves, the former Eastern Bloc, countries whose perhaps their research infrastructure is not so strong, can also participate in this research and can contribute to this research as well. They have a key role to play, and COST acknowledges that as well. I think the best memory that I have of COST is when we, as Malta, organized the CSO meeting in November 2016. It was actually a meeting which was a precursor. Malta hosted the EU presidency in 2017, so it was like a template for those meetings. And I think the fact that everything went well, we worked hard, but we also had some time for leisure. And I'll never forget the harbor cruise, which, despite what my colleagues told me, we managed to organize, and the weather was perfect. Everyone really enjoyed that particular afternoon. I think the future of COST is an extremely promising one. The various European partners, whether it's the European Commission, the European Parliament, the European Council, have acknowledged the importance of COST, especially now with respect to opening up to the near neighboring countries. That is, to those countries who are not technically part of the European Union, but wish to participate in the European research area. And I think this has a double role. Not only ensuring that the researchers are participating in COST actions and are contributing to the research, and we are learning from each other at the same time, but also in a diplomatic way. You know, if we can get the researchers to work together, then the wider network of neighbors that Europe has, and this includes, of course, even our former colleagues in the UK. The UK has already signed up, has said, yes, we will continue to pay to participate in COST. We have, of course, other countries from further away. Researchers from Australia, South America, Canada, who are participating in COST actions at their own expense. And this, I think, is a witness to the importance that COST has to the worldwide research community. COST brings the added advantage that it shows that sometimes there are research problems which need to be tackled from the grassroots levels. There are problems which perhaps the EU-wide community may not be aware of. And I think COST is going to bring that value-added impetus to the European research area. We've also heard, of course, that within Horizon Europe, there are going to be not only missions, but there's going to be a big focus as well on the private-public partnerships with respect to research mechanisms. And COST, with its interdisciplinary role, the focus that, yes, we need to have stakeholders who are not only academics, are not only blue sky researchers, but are people, stakeholders working on the ground. And this combined added value brings a critical mass which is key to the success of any research endeavor. For me, COST, in one word or one sentence, is like a ripple which grows into the wave and then further grows into a tsunami, a positive tsunami, not a negative one. The opportunities which COST has, our MC members tell me, are huge. The ripple effect which it has to a researcher's career, to solving problems, are really something which cannot be evaluated by any other research funding mechanism. So definitely COST is a ripple which grows into a wave for me.